What's up guys, it's Kayla and today we are going to start a spin-off of Love Tangle called Tangled Up in Trouble. Don't worry though, I'll still be continuing Oliver's story. This is just going to be something extra that we do on the side, so yeah, let's get started. Prologue. Amazing! It's a huge success! I excitedly exclaim as I glance around me. I'm at a party. The venue is bright and colorful and full of energy. I can't believe I'm rubbing elbows with so many celebrities from so many different movies and television shows. It's a new experience for me, and a little bit daunting. I find myself staring as people walk past. Incredible! Everywhere I look, there's someone famous. Joy, a fellow resident at Lilac Court where I live, sounds equally astonished. Even though she regularly works with celebrities as a stylist, the sheer number of celebrities present surprises even her. The party itself is following the film preview of the first starring role of another apartment neighbor, Cody. Joy, you know a lot of these people, don't you? I do. Later I'll have to make the rounds and say hello. The people living at Lilac Court sure represent a wide variety of careers. I've been here in Kaleido for over 3 months now, and something still manages to surprise me every day. As a young and up-and-coming researcher scientist yourself, you're one to talk. Joy remarks with a chuckle. We can thank the owner, Mr. C, for that. He likes surrounding himself with brilliant young talent from various fields. Joy is very charming in her attempt to tease me. She's certainly not joking though. Just look at her and Cody. I glance a moment toward Cody, the star of the party. There are probably as many girls who would love to live next door to Cody as there are stars in the sky. If you guys are new to my channel, Cody was the first route that we played, so he has a special place in my heart. I think I'll choose him if I can. Dressed in a tuxedo, Cody's commanding presence has the people around him spellbound. I thought the film was really good. Indeed, everyone else must have thought so too, considering the standing ovation it got at the end. They were certainly quick to offer up their praise for Cody. Here at the party, the attention of everyone in attendance seems to be centered on Cody. Cody is surrounded by a myriad of personalities, including fellow actors, others in the film industry, various journalists, and a few film critics. His expression appears filled with a confident mixture of pride and accomplishment. It feels like I hardly know the man standing there. I realize I don't have the confidence to walk up and talk to him and console myself with watching from a distance. Joy, can you believe it?
Believe what?
That fantastic looking actor over there is the same Cody who takes Lucas out for a walk every morning. Somehow, it just doesn't seem real. I give a small shrug in disbelief. Just this morning, I saw Cody and Lucas return from a walk covered in mud. When it comes to playing, those two are a perfect match. Joy laughs loudly at the thought. Lucas is a large dog at Lilac Court that everyone loves. His morning walks with Cody are part of the daily routine. Exactly! That's what makes it hard to believe he's the same person. I start to remark quietly when I hear someone laugh behind me.
Really? What I wouldn't give to peek into your thoughts on Cody.
Huh? I recognize the voice and immediately turn around in surprise. Nolan?
Well, this is unexpected. You hardly ever come to these parties. I thought you said they were a waste of time.
Nolan just shrugs in reply. Oh, but Nolan's so handsome too. I think he was the second one we played. Nolan is a famous lawyer and also another of our apartment's residents. His suit looks impeccable. He, however, does not appear to be enjoying himself.
That's right, and a waste of money too. But I'll make excuses for work.
Work? I give him a curious look. He's here on business? I can't help but wonder what kind of work would have Nolan attending an extravagant film premiere party like this.
A client asked me to attend.
One of these people is your client?
Yes, in fact, it happens to be tonight's guest of honor.
Nolan glances towards the middle of the crowd where Cody is standing. Cody? Are you kidding? Joy and I turn to look at one another.
Well, have fun.
He immediately turns and starts walking away. A moment later, he stops to look back at us with a calculating gaze of his.
Take care on the way home.
What do you mean by that? Before I can finish, he turns his back and continues walking away. His destination is a group of rather handsomely dressed men. It's apparent that they are watching the party and not a part of it. Are they bodyguards? A lot of prominent figures are at the party. It wouldn't be strange to see bodyguards on watch. It shouldn't be, but typical Nolan. Joy just shrugs. As usual, I can't tell if he's worried or trying to scare us. Joy, Nolan's client is Cody, isn't he? I can't help voicing my curiosity.
So it would seem.
I wonder why.
Do you think something could have happened?
The two of us turn our attention towards Nolan and the bodyguards. Or perhaps something's gonna happen tonight. I notice Cody laughing a short distance away. A strange feeling of unease starts to come over Joy and myself. Ooh, interesting setup. Cody and Nolan's spinoff, Tangled Up in Trouble, Chapter 1. Let's dive in, guys. The party appears to be in full swing. However, Joy and I are no longer feeling as festive as we were earlier. What's Nolan up to? Why do you think he said that? Nolan's parting comment seems to be on Joy's mind as well. You know how he is. I'm sure he didn't mean anything by it other than being concerned. What reason could an actor like Cody have for hiring Nolan? Could he be wrapped in some sort of trouble that requires the services of a lawyer of Nolan's caliber? It looks like you're worried about Cody too. From what Nolan told us, I can't help but think he's in some kind of trouble. Me too. The way Nolan is acting makes it feel like Cody's in danger or something. Yeah, I just hope it's not some kind of scandal. Joy's faint sigh echoes my own anxiety. Something doesn't smell right. Oh? Surprised, I turned to look at her. Joy is staring intently at Nolan and the bodyguards. Joy, if I had to guess, I'm about to question her and my suspicion when I hear someone casually walk up behind us. Hey Kayla. Hi Joy. It's great to see you. Thank you for showing up. Cody has slipped away from the crowd to come and join us. He's cheerfully smiling and shows no sign of concern. I can't help but notice how confident he appears, most likely from his film's positive reception following the preview. Thanks for inviting us, Cody. Hello there, Cody. The movie was fantastic. Thanks for the invitation. Joy's right, your acting was wonderful and I really love the story. Kayla, weren't you just telling me you couldn't believe this fantastic looking actor is the same Cody we know? Joy teasingly elbows me in the ribs and I begin to blush. I just had a hard time imagining you out playing with Lucas each morning is all. I mean, you look so handsome. Don't forget, I'm an actor. I'll take it as a compliment. I seem like such a different person to you. Cody flashes me a playful smile. We're having a great time at the party. Something catches Joy's attention and she winks at me. I hope you two will forgive me, but it looks like a friend of mine just showed up. Sure thing, Joy. Okay, have fun. Cody waves goodbye, then stops one of the darkly dressed floor staff as they walk past. Excuse me, could we have 2 glasses of champagne? Right away, sir. He returns shortly with Cody's request. Cody takes the glasses and hands one to me. Mind if I make a toast? Of course not. Here's to the movie's success. And to Cody Gray's. I join Cody as he raises his glass in the air. Just then, mind if I toast with you? Nolan? Nolan speaks up from beside me and immediately holds out his own glass. I guess he finished talking with those other men. Where did you come from? I was hoping to have a few minutes alone with Kayla to celebrate. There's that childish greed of yours. No, it's more like a dog sulking when he's forced to share his owner's attention. Even Lucas is more generous than you are. That's a horrible thing to say. Cody does remind me of a dog in some respects. Nolan being the lawyer, I see little chance Cody will win out in the space of eloquence. Cody appears at a loss for words and just angrily stares back at him. I can't help but chuckle at amicable sense of male camaraderie that lies beneath their dispute. Suddenly, I notice something that doesn't feel quite right. Huh? What's that strange sense that I'm having? A quick glance around reveals everyone in our vicinity is staring at the 3 of us. I should have guessed. Put Cody and Nolan together, and of course everyone's gonna stare. Cody's not only a prominent lead actor, you could say he's the party's man of the hour, and Nolan, as a lawyer, is famous throughout Toledo for his legal savvy. It is only natural that the sight of them chatting will draw attention, along with myself by association. I don't normally think about it, but all of my fellow residents are successful enough to draw attention to their various fields. Hopefully someday I'll have similar success in my career as a research scientist. They may argue like children once in a while, but Nolan and Cody are both exceptionally brilliant people. I pause to stare at the 2 of them for a moment. The following day, Joy, Josh, good morning. I'm greeted by their smiling faces when I poke my head into Lilac Court's cafe. Good morning, Kayla. Isn't it a great day today? Good morning. Would you like your usual? Yes, please. I'm in desperate need of a cup of your coffee. It is always a pleasure to hear you say that. Josh smiles back and starts preparing my coffee for me. Although Josh essentially looks after the cafe as a hobby, his coffee is second to none in Toledo. I pretty much show up here every morning just to get a cup, don't I? And I am not his only fan. Joy's holding a cup in one hand while she watches the television. Kayla, take a look at this. What is it? Josh hands me my coffee and I take a seat next to her. Yesterday's premiere of Cody's film made the news. I glance up at the screen to see Cody grinning back. He's being interviewed. My only concern when I'm acting is that everyone will enjoy the film. I'm surprised how youthful he appears as I watch him cheerfully rattle off his reply. There must be a lot of excitement about the movie if they're giving it this much special coverage. I'm sure Cody's fantastic acting contributes to that. I quietly mutter out of admiration. The guest list was quite impressive. Oh, there's Nolan. You're right. Although Nolan told us he was there for work, when he's asked about his impression of the film, he readily answers. I suppose in truth, if the antagonist in this film were to show up at your door, it would be for my services. It figures he'd say that. He sure has good things to say about the film, though.
He's pretty sharp. It seems everyone was impressed with Cody's performance. I imagine we'll be hearing about it for quite a while. Oh, look, Kayla, it's you. Huh? Startled, I glanced back at the screen. Sure enough, there I am. Why are they showing me? I can understand their interest in Cody and Nolan, but I'm just a research scientist. There seems to be a lot of curiosity about the identity of a woman who 2 celebrities were chatting with. They even briefly showed a printed article that gave your full name. What? You're kidding! Why would anyone care? You forget, you're a young research scientist with a bright future. But I've barely just started out. You still don't get it, do you? You've got plenty of reasons to draw attention. Joy reaches out and lightly presses her finger against my forehead. It doesn't help that Cody and Nolan started fighting in front of you. Fighting? They were just poking fun at each other like usual. You really are clueless. If you ask me, those 2 both like you and they're fighting over you. Oh, come on, Joy. Is that supposed to be a joke? I'm not kidding. Joy chuckles and suddenly turns serious and points to the television screen. Don't you think there's something strange about that? About what? About the number of bodyguards at this party. When you look at the screen, there's so many that stand out. The bodyguards, now that you mention it. In fact, my client happens to be tonight's guest of honor. Nolan's remark from the party comes to mind. He said he was there for work. Nolan spent quite a while talking to those men, didn't he? Joy pauses a moment to think. You know, I understand Cody and Joy headed out together this morning. Isn't that right, Josh? Indeed. They stopped by beforehand for a cup of coffee. Really? Even after being out late last night? I can only assume their departure has something to do with this work Nolan mentioned. I just hope Cody isn't in some kind of trouble. Mind if I make a toast? Of course not. Here's to the movie's success. And to Cody Gray's. Cody's dazzling smile comes to my mind. I'd hate to see a cloud fall over that wonderful smile of his. Perhaps he just needs Nolan's help with details on a film contract. I would imagine that would be pretty common. You're right. I forget being an actor is quite different from being a researcher. Working as a stylist, I occasionally hear rumors about contract difficulties. This is Cody's first lead role. I hope everything's alright. If he gets Nolan helping him, he'll be fine. Yeah, I imagine that would be a big relief for him. Even a research scientist like me can appreciate the extent of Nolan's legal knowledge. On the off chance Cody's in trouble, Nolan will undoubtedly be there to save him, and I'm sure Cody considered that when he hired him. As a bystander, it doesn't make sense for me to worry. I lightly shake my head to clear my thoughts. It's roughly a 20-minute walk to my workplace. As I walk, I glance at my watch to check the time. After playing with Lucas, I was afraid I'd be late, but it looks like I'm just right on time. Huh? Suddenly, a strange feeling comes over me. I walk this route almost every day, only this time something seems odd. Am I being watched? I casually glance around me, but nothing appears out of the ordinary. It must just be my imagination. Puzzled, I continue on my way to the lab. It's dark by the time I head home after a peaceful day at work. I enter Lilac Court and am walking past the lounge on my way to my room when I am abruptly stopped. Hold it, that's Nolan and Cody. The 2 look like they're in deep conversation. Did they return home together too? I start walking again and glance over once more just in time to catch Cody's eye. Huh? Looks like we have a checkpoint to pass. Perfect. Awkward, wearing it with Oliver. Cleared. Cody appears almost shocked to see me, and I stop and give him a bewildered look. Oh, hey Kayla. Almost immediately, his familiar lighthearted grin returns, and he comes running over. Just got back from work. That's right. Welcome home. He greets me with a hug. He's acting normal enough, I think. Something doesn't feel right, but I have trouble pinning down what it is. Well, he hugged us. Is he being more affectionate than usual? Cody isn't afraid of contact, and this is certainly not the first time he's hugged me. Is he being more affectionate than usual? Something about his behavior is different. I stare at him curiously a moment, then it hits me. When I first spot Cody, his conversation with Nolan looks serious. However, the moment he sees me, he stops talking and his expression abruptly changes. And Nolan appears to react similarly. Normally, if Cody had interrupted their conversation like that, Nolan would have given him all kinds of grief. Except today, with Nolan just lifting his hand and waving. Welcome back, Kayla. Thanks, Nolan. I hope I'm not interrupting you two, am I? Don't worry, it wasn't anything important. After all, it's just Cody. What's that supposed to mean? Can't I have anything important to say? Any dog who's distracted by his master's arrival home can't have much on their mind. You really love comparing me to a dog, don't you? Who's drawing comparisons? You are a dog, and a poorly trained one at that. Even Lucas doesn't jump up on people. Nolan moves forward, pushing his way between Cody and myself. Come on, give her some room and stop bothering her. I'm not bothering you, am I, Kayla? Who goes around hugging people like that? Bad dog. Even though Lucas excitedly dances around people when he greets them, you're seriously stooping to his level? Don't you have any pride in your humanity?
The two of them start their usual bickering. Even so, I continue to grow more uneasy. Maybe I'm still anxious from last night. I'd ask what's going on, but I know Nolan will be bound to confidentiality, and besides, it's not nice to pry. Rather than letting my curiosity get the better of me, I err on the side of prudence. I'm back! Oh wow, everyone's here. I hear someone approaching, and suddenly, Joy steps into the room. Welcome home, Joy. What's all the excitement?
Oh, hello, Joy. No excitement here, just one poorly trained dog. Nolan, stop calling me a dog.
But he is right.
Don't you start in, Joy.
The three of them smile back and forth at one another. Kayla, is something wrong? Joy's smile suddenly vanishes and she turns to look at me. I want to tell her something's bothering me. Her gaze and keen intuition causes my heart to skip a beat. What now? Should I tell her the truth? That I'm worried about Nolan and Cody? A moment later, the answer comes to me. No, I already told myself I wouldn't pry. I immediately chastise myself. Oh, I don't think I'm picking too good of choices here, guys. Joy continues to stare at me as if she's reading my thoughts. I quickly try to laugh off her concern, but she doesn't bite. Tell me the truth. Nothing's wrong, but now that you mention it, something had been bothering me today. Instead of prying into Cody's business, I decide to talk about my own troubles. All day long, I've had the feeling someone's watching me.
Huh? Are you serious?
Cody and Nolan both jump in before Joy has a chance to respond. Whoa, what's with them? Yeah, but it could have just been my imagination. I grow hesitant as the two of them continue to press me. Oh, it probably has something to do with them. Hey, you two, calm down. I know you two handsome knights are concerned, but don't go scaring her. The morning news covered yesterday's premiere, and Kayla was in the coverage. It's possible people who saw the news are paying closer attention to her. Joy places a restraining hand on each of their shoulders. Nolan and Cody's expressions both light up, and they turn to look at one another.
What do you think, Nolan? Not enough information to say. Come on, listen, only an idiot starts jumping to conclusions without anything to go on. But the danger... Cody, do you really want me to brand you as an idiot?
Joy and I feel left out of the loop as we listen to the two of them start to talk. Danger? The contents of their conversation doesn't do anything to help my nerves. Don't tell me someone's out to hurt Cody. Is that why he hired Nolan? Growing concerned, I focus my attention on Cody while he continues arguing with Nolan. All right, you two, would you mind letting us all in on your discussion? Can't you see Kayla's worried? The two of them stop to look at me. I'm startled by the grim expressions they both wear.
Nolan.
Cody throws Nolan a meaningful glance, and Nolan nods back.
I understand. You're the client.
Nolan shrugs and turns to face Joy.
Joy, come with me.
Okay. Joy agrees and turns towards me. If I learn anything, I'll let you know. She throws me a wink, then follows Nolan out of the cafe, leaving just Cody and myself.
Kayla, it sounds like you're feeling uneasy.
I'm worried about you, and why shouldn't I be? You're a neighbor and a friend.
A neighbor and a friend, huh? Well, thanks, Kayla. But there's nothing for you to worry about. I'll make sure nothing happens to you.
Even though Cody is the one who appears to be in trouble, he attempts to relieve my concern. Thank you. He's always so kind, and he has such a promising career as an actor. Deep down, I wish all his trouble would quickly go away. Okay, and now we're at Chapter 2, Cody and Nolan, Tangled Up in Trouble. I'm thinking after this chapter is when we choose a character, so I'll end this episode here. But yeah, let's get into Chapter 2. The next day. Good morning, Joy. I walk into Josh's cafe. Only this morning, I'm not looking for coffee. I'm hoping to talk to Joy. I have to ask her about yesterday. Unless I'm mistaken, Nolan may have told her something about the possible trouble that Cody's in. Joy promised to tell me if she learns anything. However, the two of them apparently talk quite late into the night. I was so worried I didn't sleep very well at all. Good morning, Kayla. Joy sees me and waves. You just missed Josh. That's all right. I can get my own coffee. Rather than heading to the kitchen, I take a seat next to Joy. No coffee? You can have mine. I only have a sip left. Coffee isn't my biggest concern at the moment. Joy lets out a faint sigh as I place my hand on her shoulder. So, how did your talk with Nolan go? Yeah, about that. She lightly shrugs and turns to face me. It's nothing for you to be worried about. I think it's safe to say that Nolan can handle it. Is that right? Honestly, I get the impression Joy does not want to repeat what she and Nolan talked about. I'll leave it alone. Last night, she promised to tell me. Why would she change her mind? She knows I'm worried. It appears I'm the only one who doesn't know what the trouble Cody might be involved in is. That realization makes me a little sad, but if Joy doesn't feel like she should tell me, then perhaps it's best that I don't try and force it from her. It might even be better that I don't know. It could be something that Cody doesn't want knowledge of spreading to the public. If I'm truly worried about him, the most considerate thing might be to wait until he's ready to talk. Fine.
They don't want me to know. I decide to place my faith in our friendship and give up on the subject. If there was anything I absolutely needed to know, surely Joy would have told me. I head back behind the counter to make myself a cup of coffee. A short while later. Good morning, Kayla. Arf! There's a commotion at the cafe entrance. I look up to see Cody and Lucas returning from their morning walk. Good morning, Cody. Back from your walk with Lucas? Yeah, he's in a really good mood today, aren't you, Lucas? Cody takes a seat on the sofa armrest next to me as Lucas continues to frolic at his feet. Those two sure do get along well. Any dog who's distracted by his master's arrival home can't have much on their mind. You really love comparing me to a dog, don't you? Who's drawing comparisons? You are a dog, and a poorly trained one at that. Even Lucas doesn't jump up on people. First it was Nolan and Cody. Now this morning it's Joy too. Perhaps it's silly of me to think I can just ignore it. Is something wrong, Kayla? No, nothing at all. I was just admiring how much fun you and Lucas seem to be having. I shrug off my previous concerns. I'm glad to see you're in a good mood. Who? Me? I'm always in a good mood. A carefree smile rises on Cody's lips. That's good. I'm not sure what I would have said if I saw him looking troubled. Cody's sunny disposition fills me with a sense of relief. But how about you? I know I always feel better when I see you're in a good mood. Me? Of course I'm in a good mood. Perfect. As Cody leans over to give me a hug, I spot a tall figure standing behind him. Good grief. Can't take my eyes off this mongrel for a minute. Nolan. Oh, hey Nolan. What's wrong? Don't tell me you're jealous of me and Kayla. No, I just came to save a fellow neighbor from this badly behaved dog that's trying to jump all over her. How many times do I have to tell you? Stop treating me like a dog. Nolan ignores Cody's protest and glances in my direction. Good morning, Kayla. Good morning, Nolan. You shouldn't put up with his behavior either. Okay. Nolan takes a seat next to me with his cup of coffee. You don't miss a beat, do you, Nolan? Cody grumbles as he joins Lucas on the ground next to my feet. Unlike you, I try to get straight to the point and not waste my efforts. Nolan coolly replies to Cody before turning his attention to me. By the way, Kayla, what are your plans for today? Huh? What am I doing? I blankly stare back at him a moment. I guess I'll just say I have to work. What do you think I'm doing? I shrug. I have to work today as usual. Although I find it curious that no one would care about my plans, I reply without giving it any thought. Work, huh? Cody quietly murmurs as he holds Lucas in his lap and pets him. Nolan and Joy glance meaningfully at one another. What was that all about? Now I'm really puzzled. Clearly something strange is going on. There you are, Cody. I'm about to voice my curiosity when Josh walks into the cafe. He's carrying a package with him. This came for you. He starts to hand the package to Cody, but Nolan slips in and grabs it first. Thanks, Josh. Still, Cody thanks him anyways. Were you expecting any deliveries, Cody? No. Alright. Nolan nods while checking who is the sender. If I didn't know better, I would think Nolan was acting as his secretary. Suddenly, it starts to dawn on me. I like how you can buy things with coins on this. Don't even have to use my diamonds. Cleared. Cody has hired Nolan for some reason unknown to me. Joy made it sound like I'm better off not knowing what that reason is. And now this package arrives and Cody and Nolan both act strangely. Is it a sign of how much trouble Cody's really in? I study Cody's reaction. Although he doesn't appear scared or worried, he's intently watching the package in Nolan's hands. Nolan shakes the box a few times while holding it up to his ear. It doesn't sound like there's anything strange inside. He mutters and carefully begins to unwrap it. Inside the package is an ordinary-looking black cardboard box. The moment Nolan lifts the lid on it, I gasp. Oh no! Joy mutters as she wraps her arms around my shoulders. Inside the box is a dress. It looks exactly like one that I own, only it has been cut to pieces. It's the same dress I wore to Cody's big night, the premiere of his film. Oh no! I wonder if he has a stalker and like they saw us together on TV and now they want us dead? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I'm kind of scared now, guys. Whoever sent it must have seen the footage of Kayla and Cody on TV. Nolan immediately appears to recognize the dress. He follows his remark with a deep sigh. It looks exactly like Kayla's. Cody mutters in surprise and immediately kneels in front of me and takes my hand. Forgive me, Kayla. I didn't mean for you to witness anything this horrible. I would have opened the package in my room if I'd known this would happen. Good point. This is my mistake. Nolan takes a deep breath. Will you just tell me what in the world's going on? I glance around at all three of them. Cody, Nolan, and Joy quietly stare at one another for several seconds. Nolan's the first person to speak up. Cody, Kayla is part of this now. Whether you like it or not, you should explain things to her. To keep her from worrying at least, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. Cody responds with a sigh. Sorry, Kayla. I assumed telling you would just cause you unnecessary alarm. After all, you don't work in the entertainment industry, that's why I didn't say anything. I understand, Cody. You were looking out for me and I appreciate it. I give his hand a squeeze to help reassure him. I'm guessing you hired Nolan because you're in some kind of trouble?
That's right. I've been continually harassed like this ever since news of my film became public. Whoever it is has gone out of their way to make it obvious they know a lot about my private life. To give an example, there was that magazine article recently about the residents here at Lilac Court, remember? When it came out, this person sent Cody a clipping of the photograph with him standing by the rest of us, emphasizing that they knew our relationship. Although the harassment appears aimed only at me, they seem willing to use everyone else to accomplish it.
Cody hangs his head.
It started with my brother. The first time, I was sent a torn-up photograph of Ryan's bar. We kept a close eye on the bar after that, but nothing happened. However, the harassment has continued all the same.
Is that right? That sounds awful, Cody. I gently place my hand on Cody's shoulder while steadily growing angrier at the culprit's despicable behavior. Cody is such a nice person. I imagine he's worried about the possibility someone around him could get hurt.
I'm really sorry you had to see that, Kayla.
That's all right. Whoever did it didn't do any real harm.
Well, I've told Nolan to make sure and keep an eye on you. That's right. No harm's gonna come to anyone, not as long as I'm working on this case.
Nolan pauses a moment.
At first, the police were slow to investigate since no one's been hurt, but I gave them a little extra incentive. Also, I've got full complement of bodyguards.
His remark explains why there were so many bodyguards at the movie premiere party. He then wraps his arm around my shoulder and whispers in my ear.
So, Kayla, you can relax. I'm not gonna let anything happen to you.
Okay. I'm shocked. Nolan has never spoken this kindly to me.
I promise you, on my honor.
He looks me in the eye and nods reassuringly.
I'm surprised at our culprit's audacity. It should have been obvious from the news coverage of the premiere that I'm looking after Cody. They'll have plenty of time behind bars to regret their stupidity.
A defiant smile spreads across Nolan's lips.
Alright, Nolan may have jumped in first, but I'm the one who got you into this situation.
Cody squeezes my hand tightly.
And I promise you, Kayla, I'll do everything I can to keep you safe.
Not only do you have these two handsome knights in shining armor, but you have me, so stop looking so worried. Joy gives me an encouraging pat on the back. Thanks, everyone. I didn't realize how worried I looked. I'm sorry. After all, Cody's the one being targeted. Even then, seeing the exact same dress as the one I own cut up in pieces is quite a shock. It feels like the perpetrator is sending a threat.
That's okay, Kayla. It's obviously quite a shock, and I'm sorry.
Cody can't stop apologizing to me, even though as the intended target, he must feel the most worried of all. I shouldn't be focusing on myself. I lift my gaze from my cut-up dress. Thanks, I'm fine, but I'm really concerned about you, Cody. You're the one whose private life is being dug into.
Yeah, but it's not like my private life holds any scandals or anything. Besides, I've got Nolan here.
Cody tries his best to put the situation in a positive light, hoping to reassure me. Nolan and Cody were both concerned about causing you any alarm. After all, you've only just moved here to Glado all by yourself. In her consideration for me, Joy strokes my back several times. That's why they asked me not to tell you. No wonder. I understand. Hoping to cheer myself up, I show them all a smile. I imagine that until this is solved, there's a good chance this person will be lurking around outside Lilac Court. I'll make sure to be extra careful, so try not to worry. I quickly glance at my watch. Uh-oh, I better hurry or I'll be late to work.
I'll go with you. Didn't you say you felt like someone was watching you yesterday? It could have been the culprit checking you out. Don't be stupid, Cody. You're the one being targeted here. I'll take Kayla to work. Now wait a second. It's my fault this is happening. That's right, it's your fault, so back off. Back off? Fine, we'll have Kayla decide.
Nolan and Cody stop glaring at one another and both turn to look at me. What? They want me to decide?
Well, Kayla, what do you think? Obviously you want me to take you to work, right?
I start to grow flustered as they both press for an answer. They can't really expect me to choose, can they? My gaze nervously jumps back and forth between them. They're both extremely concerned about me, and I find that very reassuring. But if I'm going to let one of them accompany to work, I still feel hesitant. I open my mouth to reply. The person I hope to have escort me is... Now it's time to choose a character. We've got Cody, and we've got Nolan. But I think I'm totally going to have to pick Cody this time. He says, I've wanted to be your knight in shining armor for the longest time now. Okay, let's start a story with him. So we will start and finish his story next time on Tangled Up in Trouble with Cody and Nolan. Bye, guys!